than enough to kill the boar. But yeah, he is trying to mill the deer. Okay, this is interesting. So, I mean, as we said, does that Assk actually was pretty late to that. E.Go could have actually lost the scout over here. So yeah, I mean, this should be a pretty standard scout rush from Assk. And meanwhile, on the other side, E.Go is currently at 14 villagers, and yeah, I mean, he's got a pretty safe wood line over here. This wood line is pretty safe, but I mean, let's see when he starts to actually wall up. If he wants to be safe from the scouts, he can just wall up maybe to this gold over here, wall the gold to the TC, and just wall these berry villagers up separately, apart from everything else. Okay, that's okay. Fair enough. So he actually managed to pull the boar under the TC before he kills it. And we see a barracks coming in here. I think this should be a trash at this point. Or actually, it's not. It's. I think he's basically about to go for a man at arms build over here. So Assk has pretty much collected all the deer on the map. These villagers, okay, so they are about to build a llama camp over here. Let's see what sort of walls Assk decides to do here. Okay, fair enough. These are some pretty long ass walls. But the thing is, he's got some villagers close by over here, so these walls can actually be fixed in case there is any sort of aggression from E.Go. And we have E.Go coming out with his 3 militias, and they have been spotted instantly. But okay, so I don't think that Scout will actually be able to deny these walls since he does not have full HP. And Assk is actually playing pretty defensive over here, if I may say so. He's playing with the walls. I mean, the back of his base is pretty open, but by the time the military actually gets to that side of the base, it should be quite late. And so I guess I've been proven wrong on my thinking that he was going for early scouts, which he hasn't done. And these are some pretty epic walls from him. So what Assk has basically done in the Test Your Skill Cup is try his own YOLO strats. So I am wondering what he actually plans to do in this game. E.Go has actually been successful at. Okay, so I think Assk is completely walled at this point, and these militias will, yeah, so they're basically hitting houses or walls or whatever. And Assk is safe. Not only that, he's actually got 4 on stone. So, I mean, I don't think he wants to tower up anything. Maybe expect some early aggression or whatever. But I guess what he plans to do after this is basically just go for a fast castle and yeah. So I mean, he has the resources already. So the moment he clicks up, I think he's about to drop maybe a castle or two and just start pumping out mango dye. E.Go, by the way, has not fully walled up, although he has not had any aggression from Assk's side, so it's still pretty fine. And his militia pretty ineffective here. E.Go has actually clicked up to feudal age. It's 28 villagers, so I think that should be a fast castle from him as well. The only issue here I see is that E.Go has not walled up, and if Assk actually decides to do any form of feudal aggression, E.Go could actually die here before he gets to castle age in the first place. Although I don't think Assk is actually interested in doing any form of aggression on E.Go in Feudal Age. Let's just see what their scouting's like. So E.Go obviously has completely scouted Ask's base, not just his outside. He actually knows about most of his resources here. Actually, I believe he has found. I don't think he has found his second gold. Yeah, he hasn't. And Assk has actually found E.Go's base. He should be able to see his main gold over here and his stone. And I think he realizes that E.Go's got a pretty safe base over here. And E.Go has already clicked up to Castle Age. Okay, so he's actually gonna get to Castle Age before Assk. Assk is also going for the fast castle. So the blacksmith and market are going up. And I guess by the time he reaches Castle Age, he should have enough stone to drop a castle. Okay, so E.Go is actually okay. Yeah, he's about to send a villager out to wall that up. And what about the other side? The other side has not been walled up yet. The front and the side is walled. One side rather. And Assk is basically just baiting E.Go here to idle his TC. And I think E.Go has just realized at this point about what is going on. So, oh man, the the amount of effort required to do this. I mean, for players at our level, Assk is way beyond us. So yeah, I think he's basically just having fun while he gets to Castle Age. And yeah, I mean, he has the stone to drop a castle. So let's see where he actually decides to drop the castle. And yeah, E.Go is going for the monastery. I guess maybe he wants to collect a couple of relics. Assk finally ends up losing his scout and the stable. So yeah, E.Go is not producing any military at this point, but he's got a pretty safe relic over here, which I believe he should be able to collect as soon as possible. And considering the fact that he's Burmese, so he already knows about the location of all the relics on the map. So yeah. And okay, so he's basically just trying to boom at this point. There has been no military production from him apart from the initial man-at-arms or the militias rather. And Assk is actually going for a defensive castle. So yeah, no second TC at this point from him. And E.Go is playing pretty chilled out as well. He's dropped the second TC, so he's basically trying to boom over here, which I don't think is the right play in front of somebody like Assk. I mean, he did go for the rush, but he hasn't followed it up with anything else. Let's hope he actually plans to make some military in this game. Oh, Assk has actually clicked up to imp already. Right, and he's queued up a couple of Mangadai. He's researching fletching, so yeah, I think he's about to basically hit imp, get maybe 10 to 15 Mangadai out and just completely wreck E.Go over here. And I don't think E.Go has actually realized, even though Assk actually has a lower score at this point, maybe it's just that E.Go believes that it could be due to the better scouting or whatever. Not the fact that he has actually clicked up to imp and has lost a bunch of score. what is E.Go planning to do here? He's sending a villager out. And I mean, unfortunately, I don't see any building foundations yet, so I don't know what he's planning to do. The thing is, his economy is extremely unbalanced at this point. He has 1100 gold, okay, and he wants more gold, right? Which does not seem to make a lot of sense, but I mean, yeah, there you go. And Assk is actually moving in with his 4 manga die over here. He already has Botkin on them as well. And is he about to hit the tree line or is he going for the walls? I think E.Go is about to get an extremely nasty surprise just now. And yeah, I don't believe Assk. Yeah, so Assk does not have ballistics at this point. And he loses a monk instantly. He's trying to convert these manga die, but he'll just end up losing the monk. Unfortunately, he did not even collect any relics. So, yeah. Should be interesting to see how E.Go decides to respond to this. He's got 2 TCs, but he's not producing any villagers out of either of them. And he's basically trying to make a secondary wall over here, which I don't believe will go up. I think maybe if we just decided to go for a few gates. Yeah, okay, so the walls won't go up, and these 4 manga die will actually end up doing a bunch of damage. And E.Go finally realizes how unbalanced his economy is and decides to go for a market. Unfortunately, it won't go up. Is he thinking about placing another market somewhere else? He's not. And not only that, there are 4 more manga die on the other side of his base. So yeah, I mean, this is looking like a GG. And I guess going for the second TC was not a wise move because he does not even have the stone to drop a castle right now. So Assk has all the attack upgrades that he can get. He's got up to bracer from the blacksmith. Of course, he does not have chemistry yet. I don't believe he researched ballistics, although what I'll do is I'll just check if he has actually researched ballistics at this point. Okay, he already has ballistics, no chemistry yet. Is he? I guess he's not about to get chemistry at this point. He has made a trap which is moving out, so I think yeah, this is looking like the GG. He has 13 or 12 manga die rather. Let's see if E.Go actually managed to get a conversion here. I believe he actually might. Oh, and yeah, he does. But I mean, yeah, that manga die will just go down. E.Go has the stone to drop a castle. Unfortunately, he is completely cornered on all sides. So there's no way he can actually move out and try and drop a defensive castle somewhere. He has this single villager over here who has been battered by the lions on this map. Unfortunately, that villager won't be able to do much. And now, I mean, considering the fact that Assk already has a trap out, there's not a lot of point in dropping a castle. Okay, that castle isn't going up. Not only that, he's about to lose a shitload of villagers. So, oh, this is about to be an epic doubt castle here. Yeah, I think it's GG. I mean, there's no way that castle is going up. Not only that, E.Go actually loses his TC to the traps here. Or rather the single trap. Okay, so the unfortunate thing is that I have the Doubt Castle mod, but E.Go actually did not build his castle even to the point where we could see the face of our lord. And yeah, I mean, GG. I will try and get these guys in the chat if they'd like to join us. Just give me a second here, guys. So yeah, I mean, let's try and get these guys in the voice chat. Maybe get some feedback from Assk about what should have been done by Ego. And yeah, I mean, this is pretty bad. KD of 76 to 3, and Ego actually got a conversion here. So yeah. Interestingly, I actually noticed this that even in the first game, Ego actually had a larger amount of the map explored compared to SK. Although I am curious if he was just using the auto scout instead of manually scouting. So yeah, I think if we can get him in the voice chat, we can actually ask him. And Ego, with his two TCs, managed to get a higher villager count, but I think I mean, he should have just been more aggressive from the start. Once the rush failed, if he had just pulled back in, maybe made some feudal age army, archers or whatever, and pushed in, it might have been a slightly closer game. And yeah, so what I'll do is I'll just go back into the lobby. If we actually manage to get these guys to do an interview for us, it should be good. If not, I think we can start with the next round, or rather the next set of games, which will be Dark Age TV underscore AOE versus Assk. Let me just update the score here for the short amount of time that will actually be up before we start the second round. Yeah, I'm muted on the Discord. I'll just unmute myself. Give me a second. And yeah, so we have both the players in the voice chat. Hey guys, GG's.
Hello. GG.
So,
GG.
yeah, I mean, what was your plan in game one? I'm asking this to Ego because I think you were trying to drop a stable or something, and did you just forget to drop the stable, or was it because of the initial aggression that you actually just got?
Yeah, so I originally planned something like scouts into knights
Okay.
or scouts into camels, but then yeah, initial aggression and I completely
Right,
rewrote
right.
after that.
Because I actually noticed that you had a lot of resources. I mean, you could have clicked up to Castle Age, but I think you were short on the
Yeah,
second building to go up.
if I just had a market that game, even the second game.
Right, right. I mean, I saw you trying to drop the blacksmith, but I think it was pretty
Hmm.
GG by that point.
Yeah,
And Ask, you actually went for gods and did not do any sort of shenanigans.
thanks for that.
I could not even get to the center. My eco was really bad that day.
Yeah.
Like I clicked inside and it started going. That villager started going around the world. Then I
Right, right.
realized
I
why is he
actually
pushing?
noticed that villager going from around the forest. So I was actually curious. I thought you might be trying to do some form
No,
of.
no. I clicked it inside and there was no entrance from my side. It had to go through half the map
Right,
to
right.
go in.
Okay.
And
Eh,
that was the villager who built the second house actually.
okay, okay.
So I sent it that early. Then I forgot. Like usually we
So,
are used to two houses, so I got housed at every step. And with gods, you don't even do.
Exactly. There's no chance to even get loom.
Yeah,
And Ego, if we are talking about your first game again, did you actually
hmm.
know that there were resources on the edges of the map?
Yes, I had looked at the map
Okay, so you
beforehand.
had looked at the map, and because I
Hmm.
noticed something that you did not actually collect much of the sheep that were on the edges.
I think I didn't find two sheep.
Okay,
six sheep. You did not find six.
because the thing is, I actually noticed that you were short on food as well when you actually clicked up to feudal
Yes,
age.
yes,
I don't think you had the food to actually queue up like 5 or 6 scouts.
yeah.
But I mean, it's a moot point anyway, since you were not able to drop the stable in the first place. So yeah, and
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, what about game two? What was your plan in game two?
So in game two, I initially thought Burmese that they do that.
Hmm.
So like monks and infantry, something like that. And I like uh, completely forgot that Mangudai existed.
Right.
So like I heard sometime on some other stream that monks are okay versus Mangudai, but not if they're in range. So
Right.
like I lost like 5 or 6 minutes.
You lost quite a few monks. Yeah.
So in such situations, it's better to mass your
Just
monks.
yeah, and switch into spells.
Yeah, that is also there. But in general, like since I play a lot of arena,
Mm-hmm.
monks usually are okay versus Mangudai if you are defensive.
Okay,
Like
okay.
if your eco is safe, you can just push him away with 3-4 conversion attempts.
So I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
Yeah.
But I think he was also taken aback by your like such a quick Imperial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Which
but
I
I
actually
think we knew
noticed.
he
Yeah,
typed on chat also. But we realized around 17 minutes or 18.
okay, okay,
he reached feudal when I clicked up to Castle. So
okay. I mean, fair enough. Yeah, we can't see the chat during the live game, so
Yeah.
uh, but my eco was a bit unbalanced, so I could not even boom really well.
yes. We
Mm-hmm.
actually noticed. In fact, you actually sent a villager out somewhere to the corner of the map to try and mine some gold.
Yeah, so that was mostly because I like walled him outside by mistake.
Okay.
But Evo had good awareness. Like I tried to snipe a villager under his TC for a long time, and he saved it in the end.
Yeah, that was fun.
We had some 7-8 trials at that.
Okay, so anyways, GG's guys, we should have the next games lined up. Ask, you'll be playing against Dark Age TV,
Yes.
and I believe he is about to host. Let me just check.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I think we'll just get on with the second round of the games. And
Sure.
thanks, Ego, for playing in the tournament. And yeah, I mean, please be more active on the server. We have the lobby games in the evening usually every day. Although have noticed that you grind a lot of 1v1 ranked games.
Yeah, thanks for this opportunity and for
Yeah. I mean,
arranging these tournaments.
sure, man. We will have a few more tournaments coming up pretty soon. Although I want to tell you one thing, you have your 1200 ELO, right? You should actually play
Yeah,
some ranked games because I saw that your TG ranked ELO is just like 980 or something.
yeah, I like played like 13 or 14 TGs and I lost more than half of them.
Okay, so I think you were just playing with randoms. Was that the case?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think you can actually join many of the community members on the server and play some ranked team games as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, anyways, GG's man. I'll see you around on the server.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, bye man. And I believe the other player, Dark Age TV, is having some connectivity issues. So
Okay.
uh, yeah, I mean he's trying to use a mobile hotspot to try and host a game or whatever. Let's see
Mhm.
how it actually ends up going. Because I think if it's about to take some time, okay, so he is hosting. Fair
Oh,
enough.
nice. That's good.
And yeah, so yeah, good luck, man. Hope to
Thank
see a
you.
couple of
Yeah.
interesting games for you.
Let's see what's up.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
yeah, bye, man. So yeah, that was Ego and Aske, and I actually believe that I had turned off the audio source for the voice chat. So I'm extremely sorry for that. I believe you guys might have missed the initial part of the interview, but yeah, I mean that's fixed now, so should be better. And let me just update the scoreboard here. And thanks for the follow, by the way, Guinness Virus. If the Guinness actually refers to a brand of beer, then good for you, man. You have some nice taste in beer. It's a best of three. So, map one is from the India map pool that Nanda has released on the AOE India Discord server. Map 2 will be Arabia, and if it goes to a game 3, which it actually hasn't yet, but if it actually goes to a game 3, then the third game map will actually be picked by the Twitch viewers. And yeah, so I believe Dark Age TV is about to host this game. Let me just try and find it if I can. Actually, he's not the one hosting, so. And here we have Mr. Happy grinding some lobby games. Unfortunately, we won't be able to cast those because after these games are done, we actually have yesterday's games to be cast. Okay, and I believe I have actually managed to find the lobby game that was about to be created. Although it is being hosted on the UK West server. Yeah, but this is the player that we'll be casting today. So yeah, I mean, as we can see, he's a 1,000 ELO player roughly, and he seems to play more team games. So it should be fun to watch. Okay, it's saying unable to join. Yes, Midas, it will be picked by the Twitch viewers. Unfortunately, they have to be from the India map pool. So, yeah. And we see Dark Age TV is going for Pind Shrika map, which is another one of the maps that we haven't actually had a look at yet. So, should be interesting. I don't think he has the right game settings at this point, but I think he should. I mean, he will fix them before the game starts, I suppose. Uh, okay, so he has already hosted Assk. Okay, so we have the full lobby now, and I believe they should be going live in a couple of seconds. Yeah, it's supposed to be Print Shika. It's not in the map pool, but I mean, if you're just allowing any from the India map pool, I guess we might as well just allow these. I mean, as I have said initially, Arabia was not actually supposed to be game 2, but it's just something that the community favored. So we ended up going with that. The first map is Print Shrika. I believe that is what they are planning to play on, and yeah, they've gone live. So let's just get into the game. Italians versus Magyars. Although the civs are random, so okay. This is a pretty interesting map. It seems to be a sort of a hybrid fortress, if you can call it that. But instead of stone walls, we have palisade walls over here, and quite a lot of wood lines. So in that sense, it is sort of maybe like Mongolia, where you get a lot of wood lines, and it's actually a pain in the ass to actually try and get into your opponent's base because it's so easily wallable. I mean, it's not a factor here since they start as walled up. And okay, so it's not a bug map. These sheep can actually just come out and be collected. Yeah. So there we go. And apart from that, it's basically like a sort of a fortress map. Can't see score. I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, there you go. Are you actually supporting any of the players here? Because I have not seen you around on the chat, so I guess right over there. We always need somebody to remind me that. So sorry again. Village accounts are identical at this point. Yeah, exactly over there, man. I guess it's too complicated for my low IQ brain to figure out. Interestingly, Assk has not found his two sheep. Uh, and if he has sent a scout, okay, he has found these. Fair enough. So in that case, he hasn't actually pulled them out. And I think once the game is done, we can actually ask Assk if he has seen the map previously. Looking at the resources, this map offers a main gold which is 7 piles and a main stone which is 5 piles. So yeah, that is the same for both. But apart from that, Dark Age TV here actually has extra stone inside his base, which I don't believe Assk does. Okay, so for Assk, it's basically just a single main stone pile of 5. So Nanda has Assk actually played on these maps, or rather this map specifically? Okay, what is Mr. Assk doing over here? He has sent a villager out. He doesn't have loom, so if he actually gets found, which I don't think he will, let's just see where Dark Age TV Scout is. Okay, so he's in a completely different part of the map. And he's just milling, I guess, these shorefish. Makes sense. That's some next level grade, man. I want to ask you about this after the game is done. You have to explain to me why why you saw it fit to actually send 4 villagers out in Dark Age and mill the shorefish. So there's actually a gap here, I believe so. So these villagers are not completely safe. Not only are they not safe, but they don't even have loom yet. And Dark Age TV is basically just bringing in his boar. I think he has taken some hits downhill, so the villager is actually quite weak. Garrison man, okay, so he garrisoned that villager, and that's a pretty nice boulder. And he's collecting the deer as well. And some scout micro here. Unfortunately, I think Dark Age TV will end up losing his scout. Or will he actually manage to get back into his base? Let's see. And yeah, so Assk is already up by 2 wills in Dark Age itself. Considering the map, I would have expected. Okay, so Assk actually just pulls the scout out rather than running into Dark Age TV's base. So yeah, I mean, since these are palisade walls, we can actually expect some feudal age aggression with archers. Although, as I say that, Dark Age TV. Let me just look at his will count. Okay, so he's up to 22 wills, and he's making 3 farms in Dark Age itself. So, which uh, do these civs match up? I guess they do. The thing is, Magyars have a pretty open, if you can call it, tech tree. In the sense that they can actually go for cavalry, they can go for archers, they can go for some heavy feudal aggression with man at arms, considering they get free forging. And looking at the other side with the Italians, they are actually a pretty good civ on water. I mean, they are one of the best water civs. But on land maps, Italians aren't usually picked. So, should be interesting to see what Assk decides to do here. I mean, these are random civs, right? So, it's not something where these players have actually decided to go with these specific civs. Oh man, Assk has been extremely greedy here. And yeah, he's going for a fast castle again and into, I assume, what is going to be a castle at some point. Milling the fish, yeah, exactly. It seems like a great idea, and now that he's actually walled these villagers in, it actually represents a shitload of food income that he's getting in the Dark Age, and which is basically going to push him into doing a fast castle without any sort of effort. And not only that, but he's effectively walled out the center of the map, so there can be no aggression from here at least. And once you look at it from the sides, I think he plans to maybe wall up the side at some point.
Hello.
Yeah, hey man, I believe somebody's in the chat. So, if
Hello. Say hi.
yeah, hey man,
What's up?
are you casting these games with me?
Yes, I
Uh,
will.
okay, so what I'll do is I'll just send you the game ID. Do you have the game ID?
Send me the number.
Sure. Just give me a second. Yeah. So I've sent it to you.
Nice.
And yeah, once you're in game, I guess you can just catch up to the live gameplay because that is exactly what I'm doing as well. Co-caster is
Okay.
Mr. Omar, who I believe is around 1500 ETHO. Is that right?
Yes, indeed.
Right. And after these games are done, we'll actually be casting your games, the ones that you played yesterday against Dragonstar.
Really?
Yeah. So that should be pretty fun because I actually had a look at your replays, and yeah, I mean, I was actually pretty surprised. So yeah, anyways, no
Nice.
spoilers. So yeah,
The second game wasn't that good though.
yeah, we'll we'll get to that once you're actually in your games.
So
So
what is happening now?
they have both actually clicked up to Castle Age. Dark Age TV is slightly quicker. I think he's like 55% to Castle Age, yeah. And Assk is 30% to Castle Age. Are you in game?
I can't. It's not appearing to me.
Okay.
Oh, I got it now. I got
Okay,
it
okay,
now.
you got it right. Good.
Is this the first game in a best of three?
Yeah, it's the first game.
Okay, nice.
And I believe you have not actually seen this map, so
No, I have not.
exactly, yeah. So, I mean, you can just have a look at the map, and after that's done, we can start discussing the game itself. We are about 17 minutes in. So, once you've actually caught up with the live gameplay, just let me know.
Okay.
I actually did not have a look at the build order yet. It's just something which is pretty difficult with having to follow two players. However, they seem to have both done a fast castle and with reasonable times considering the number of villagers they've made. So yeah. And yeah, Nanda, you are actually right. The Assk is actually going for a fast imp again. Although he's slightly short on food at this point, so I think he'll just have to abuse the market, sell the shitload of wood that he has, or produce a bunch of farms to try and get to Castle Age. Sorry, to Imperial Age. And Dark Age TV on the other side is actually thinking of booming on 2 TCs. He already has a couple of knights queued up. Yeah. So surprisingly, he actually still has kept his scout alive, although it is now stuck in the back of Ask's base. I mean, he can still save the scout, but yeah, I think he's just forgotten about it. And Ask has already clicked up to him. And yeah, so he's producing Genoese crossbowmen at this point, who completely counter the knights here. So this should be fun to watch. No upgrades yet, but I think those upgrades will come in pretty soon now. And not only that, Ask is adding monks as well from 2 monasteries. And on the other side, Dark Age TV, I guess he has just decided to pull in his knights. And once he realizes that Ask is also making monks, let me just see if he has actually scouted the monastery or not. Okay, so he has scouted one of the 2 monasteries. And yeah, so these monks and Genoese crossbowmen are moving out. Ask is still on a single TC, and he does not have the stone at this point to build a second one. So I mean, maybe he can just sell the wood and drop a second TC, but he's not doing at this point. Okay, so Dark Age is making an archery range. Presumably, it is to make some skirms. He does not have fletching yet, and yeah, I mean these Genoese crossbowmen are already at his base, and yeah, they've got fletching. Botkin has been queued up yet, but I believe it should be. And the Trev is already out, or rather in the queue. Yeah, he does not have Botkin. He hasn't actually queued that up yet. But in its place, he's already got Sanctity on these monks, and he's researching block printing at this point. So block printing should be quite effective, and considering the fact that Dark Age is just making knights at this point and skirms, I mean he's trying to wall up, or rather make secondary walls, but yeah, I mean those walls won't do much. Yeah. So Assk is queuing up. I mean, he has queued up Botkin at this point. He is not producing villagers because he does not have enough food. I think, yeah. So he can add a villager now as well. But apart from that, he's got second Treb out in the queue. And these monks are... Okay, so he actually managed to convert a knight. Although I wonder why... Okay, so the knight is finally active. And that single knight will actually be able to do quite a bit of damage. Since it was a Magyar knight, it automatically has the +2 upgrade and the first armor upgrade at this point. And yeah, I mean these comms won't be doing anything anytime soon. since there are two knights already out. Yeah, so I guess this is about to be a GG. The village accounts are actually pretty similar. It's just the fact that there's a massive tech advantage here for Assk, and the fact that Dark Age TV is a pretty new player. So yeah, we already see one TC that has gone down. That's his only TC. So where is Mill? I assume you're talking about the military. So he's got a spear over here. There are some skirmishers which will, I guess, be converted at this point. If they don't die, which they do before they can be converted. And yeah. I mean, yeah, he did a pretty good fast castle. But considering the fact that he wasn't actually indulging in any form of early aggression, 17 minutes, even though it's good, I guess it did not make any sort of difference. And I think if Omar, are you in the chat?
Hey, Cyanide. Sorry, something came up.
Yeah, no problem. So,
I have to go.
okay, so fair enough then. In that case, I'll just catch you around. Do you think you'll be able to join in later when I'm actually casting your games?
I am here now.
Okay, so
I
you'll
can
be here,
go.
right?
Yeah, I'm here
Okay,
at the moment.
so game one is done.
And speak about the future.
Sorry?
Yeah, I see. I see. Yeah, I see.
Okay, so I think we'll have a pretty fast game two, and after that,
Mama one.
sorry?
Yeah. Mama one.
Yeah, Mama one.
Mama one.
Mama one,
Best
and
mama.
so I'm just looking at the stats at this point. Assk even collected a relic. I mean, he was going for the monks anyway, so makes sense. And a 22-minute fast in from him. Okay, so Dark Age actually managed to get to castle by 16:25, which is, I mean, pretty good. The thing is, if
What? Mama went in 22 minutes?
yeah,
What?
yeah, but I mean, he was playing as the Italians, so yeah.
Did that help?
I mean, yeah, of course it helped, right? They can, I mean, they don't require as many resources, right? I don't know the exact number, but it's less compared to standard. I think they are in game 2 already. What I'll do this time is I'll just put on the overlay right in the start, so I don't have to be reminded later on.
This game looks like it has been very weird.
Yeah.
Knights, trebuchets, monks, Genoese crossbows.
And a bunch of conversions.
Yeah. This looks like a good idea though. Really, the Genoese crossbow pretty much
Yeah.
kills knights, right?
I mean, the thing is, Assk or Mama was basically expecting him to go for knights, right? If Dark Age had actually gone for archers, do you think it would have made much of a difference?
Yes, of course, it would have made a huge difference.
Okay,
He
so
would kill the monks and he would kill the crossbow.
so they're actually in
And
game
you
2
would have
now.
a whole collection, right? You would have like 2 ice ranges working while he has only 1 castle working.
Right.
I think he might have added manuals or something, but still.
Yeah. By the way, they're already in game 2. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So yeah, they're already in game 2. I actually don't have the game ID. Let me just try and get it.
If I write Mama,
Yeah, I guess he should show up. If it doesn't, then you can just type SuperMamaReddy.
outright Mama. That's his name from now on.
Yeah,
Mama.
so that's the game ID. If you want the game ID, it's 43227230.
Okay, done. I'm in. Lithuanians versus Aztecs. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Now we know who won already.
No, these games are live, so we don't know who won. I mean,
No, I mean like Lithuanians will win.
exactly, yeah.
Like, dang.
I mean,
This is
it's
Arabia?
yeah,
No.
this is Arabia, and no, this is not supposed to be a random civ matchup. Although I haven't actually been party to the conversation between the two players. So if they actually decided to go for random civs, they could actually be like just something that they ended up
I
with.
don't think these are random. You can't get Lithuanians and Aztecs randomly. But nay.
Um, okay, so Darkest TV has sent a villager out to gold this early. Uh, and apart from that, I mean, if you just look at the maps, Mama, if he actually walls up here, he has a pretty safe gold. The front of his base is completely open, and he has no safe stones or golds. And
His main goal is in danger.
yeah, I mean, he can have a safe secondary gold if he walls up from one wood line to the other one, rather than using the gold to wall up. And Arcade CV actually has a pretty epic main gold right in the back of his base.
Indeed.
Yeah, and not only that, I feel like his map is slightly more wallable, although this hill sort of presents an issue. So let's see if he actually decides to wall to the TC rather than wall to the berries or maybe the stone or whatever. And I believe Darkest CV is going for a drush. Yeah, exactly, he is going for a drush because he had his villager out to collect some gold over here.
Do you think he would crush FC?
I mean, that's what it looks like.
Unlikely.
He has collected some gold and he already has the barracks up at 6.5 minutes. So that's what it looks like. Unfortunately, he had an idle TC, so yeah,
He might rush flush.
possible. But the issue here is he's already 5 villagers behind Assk.
He's what?
He is 4 villagers behind at this point. So
What?
yes,
How? What happened?
idle TC. I mean, that's the only explanation, right? Did Assk scout the barracks? Let me just check. He hasn't scouted the barracks yet. So
That's unbelievable.
yeah, so exactly.
That's
I mean,
so-
even if these militias manage to kill like a couple of villagers, which is a pretty long shot, he'll still be behind.
Oh damn, that's insane.
Yeah, and
Well,
Mama,
what's
Mama
Lord's
has
rating?
Mama has already clicked up to feudal age.
What,
At
what's
19
Dark's rating?
Sorry,
What is Dark's rating?
he's I think 1026.
126?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, makes sense. Then I guess.
yeah. I guess these militias just run into TC fire, and that'll be it. Oh man.
Oh no. No. That's so sad. So what's next?
I guess naming the deer is next. Unfortunately, that won't make much of a difference.
He has to go feudal. He's out.
Exactly, he has to. Not only does he have to go feudal, I guess he'll have to offer some sort of aggression in feudal age. Because if he decides to just go for a fast castle behind this, it's not only is it not happening, considering he does not have the food for it. But yeah, he'll just die.
Run the deal.
So Mama is going for the double archery range
What?
as Lithuanians, yeah.
Why?
He's going for a double archery range, but the first thing he has queued up is a skirmisher. He does not have fletching. Okay, so he does not have the blacksmith either at this point. Fair enough.
I guess that's fine, but why archers? Why not scamps? Right?
Exactly. I mean, considering he went 19 pop feudal, it should have made sense to just go for scouts. Yeah, exactly. He's just trolling at this point. Yeah.
19 pub skirmishes. New meta, man.
And he's not collecting any gold at this point. What is Dark Age doing here? So Dark Age has just reached feudal. He does not have the resources. I think, yeah. Okay, so he can drop an archery range now. Although it will be interesting to see what he actually plans to do. He's making a.
Then
Then I guess we'll just see. But he's making a spear, which I think
He's
is just he's expecting scouts from Mama. He's in for a shock over here.
but in reality, he needs eagles.
Yeah. But Mama has not actually followed the skirms up with anything else. He's just making the skirms. I mean, considering he's playing as the Lithuanian, so these skirms are actually faster than normal skirms. But
Oh, really? Yeah, I forgot about that. True.
yeah.
He needs eagles. He went to gold really.
Yeah, but then as Nanda is saying in the chat, he does not have any gold at this point. And this super safe gold is actually denied at this point. I mean, I guess he'll end up managing to push the skirms away. But he should have walled up by this point.
He can kill all of this with just 2 eagles.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, he actually has a spear as well, which he's not using though. So the spear is in the completely wrong place. Meanwhile, the eagle is targeting the wrong military unit. I think this is a massive mistake here. So yeah, he ends up losing an eagle without killing any skirms.
Shit.
And okay, so Dark Age is basically just putting up a tower, which Assk has obviously scouted, but I think he's just busy with something else. So yeah, he's trying to deny the gold income. And this specific tower does not actually save his gold anyway. I mean, Mama can just put the skirms on the other side of the gold.
Disaster.
Yeah.
This is a disaster. A market.
I think not walling up was a massive mistake from him. If he had just walled up, this army would have been able to do nothing.
The problem is he doesn't have an army.
Yeah, I mean, in Dark Age itself, considering the fact that he sent 3 militias out, he should have walled up. Because Aztecs are pretty useless without any sort of gold income, right? You need gold to make any sort of a viable military as the Aztecs. I mean, you have the skirms or whatever, but they don't come in. I mean, they don't become as good until you reach Imperial.
Your strength is eagle and archers.
Yeah. And it's a pretty shocking KD at this point. It's 7-0. Yeah. Although what I actually like here is Dark Age has actually caught up with the villager numbers. He's just 2 villagers down. So he's actually had a more active TC compared to Assk in the last few minutes.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I mean, feudal eagles are still pretty bad. Even in Castle Age, without the upgrades, they are still pretty useless. But against these skirms,
My
yeah, I
God.
mean,
Mama made the third artistry range.
oh, did he?
He's trolling, man.
Yeah.
I guess if I were him, I would make a steel and end this man's suffering.
So he's queuing up a shitload of skirms. He's got. Let me just check. So yeah, that's 29 skirms he has out. And okay, so this tower will.
Another tower,
Yeah.
double tower.
Oh man. And I mean, not only is he being basically been denied his wood, his food, the fact that it's basically using just skirms would be extremely tilting.
I don't think he's different. I think he's fine.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm basically just talking from personal experience. I mean, if I have a shitload of skirms outside my base, I would be pretty tilted. Mama is, I think, just going for the AI strategy of producing like 1,000 skirms in feudal. He's got 34 skirms, man.
Good friend, no. He's running. Why is he running? You can't do it.
But Dark Age does not have any upgrades on his infantry. I wish if he had actually gone for the armor upgrade.
You don't need upgrade against skirms. Like the skirm has 3 attack,
Hmm.
and the eagle has 2 defense. So
Right.
they do one attack anyway. You might need 1 extra attack, like forging, and do
Okay.
more damage.
Okay.
That's it. The thing is, he needs numbers.
Hmm. And yeah, as we see that Mama has just clicked up Castle Age.
What is this? I've never seen skirmishes like this. One shouting villagers.
So Mama has clicked up, he's already 25% and he is adding a shitload more skirms. Oh man.
God. Oh my god, he has 5 archer ranges.
Oh
I am
man.
not planning to go castle enemies castle yet. Oh no. Come on, Dark.
And I think Dark Age has just realized that he doesn't have the second building to click up to Castle Age. So he's having to make a blacksmith.
Just resign. Just resign.
48 skirms. Oh man. I think yeah. Once he gets to Castle Age, I think he's just gonna produce elite skirms and nothing else. I don't see him
He's
producing.
not scared. He's not scared of the town center anymore.
You know what would be interesting to see if he can actually kill the TC with just skirms.
I think that's impossible.
Okay,
The
so
fountains around the shots.
so he's getting Bodkin and elite skirm immediately on getting to Castle Age. Dark Age has actually managed to click up to Castle, but yeah, I mean it's pretty shocking at this point.
You need a mango here.
Yeah, you need a mangonel here. A single mangonel would be quite effective. But the villager difference is it's pretty big at this point. He's got 43 to Dark Age's 23 villagers now. Oh man. That's 56 cows.
Dark. Dark. You're dying on me, man.
Man.
I'm gonna resort to euthanasia at this point. Just resign.
Okay, so Mama actually lost a scum at some point. He has 55. He had 56 at one point. I mean, that's yeah.
How many eagles does he have?
He has 12 military. I guess that's entirely eagles at this point. So 12 eagles with I think the two armor upgrades should be able to take these skirms down.
I don't know about that at this point.
Okay, but I mean, yeah, it's a GG. Dark has just 5 villagers at this point. And where are they?
I love
Yeah, so it's that single tower where all his villagers are.
euthanasia. Seed workshop. This is making it you.
Yeah, okay, so he calls the GG.
Yeah, the game is over. GG.
And yeah, I mean, look at the KD. Considering it was just scoms and nothing else, that's 40 to 3.
No, don't show it. Don't show it. Don't show it. Keep him.
No, I
Keep him safe
actually,
from
I
the-
actually showed it.
from the eye. Don't show it. Keep him safe, man. Let's have the secret. Don't expose him. Don't expose him. Keep my-
So interestingly, Mama actually didn't go to. Okay. I think somebody disconnected. It seems.
What?
Okay, so Darkish TV, I guess he disconnected, but I mean the game was pretty GG anyway, so it's pointless.
Don't tell me he wants to continue.
Okay, he DC'd, right. Because he was actually playing from his mobile hotspot. Actually, he didn't have 10 villas at that point. He had 5 villagers, all of them inside the single TC. That's it. Those are the 5 villagers that he had. If you can just check the number over here.
He could have still won. He still has the spirit. Don't shame him.
Okay. Oh man. I'll just try and get these guys in the voice chat. Although I think if he disconnected, it might be difficult to get to talk to him.
I might have lost internet entirely.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just try and find this guy. I think he is not online. Okay, he is at least. I mean, he's online on Discord. So let me just try and get him into the voice chat if he's available. If not, I think we can just. Okay, he's in the Twitch chat.
Hey, Dark.
Yeah. Ask's opponent was 1000 Elo.
Yeah.
Can we try and get these two guys in the voice chat, if at all possible? Hey man.
Hello, mama.
Hey, no,
Hey, man.
GG's man.
GG's.
Uh,
Nice 5 range skirms, man. 5
Well,
range skirms.
yeah, so we have Darkesh TV in the chat as well. GG's, man.
I admire your tenacity, dog. Very strong.
Thanks,
Very
dude.
strong spirits. Very strong spirits.
Yeah, but it was like as is expected, total domination by Super Mama Reddy. So
You should have tried to escape with Longville and Wallet in the corner. You
oh,
should
no, that is like wasting everyone's time. We all
I
know
think he
that.
was waiting for
I got
Castle Age
scared.
Eagle modules.
I don't
I was
care.
actually waiting to hit Castle Age, so I'd have like got the power boost, but then I just had like 12 Eagles, and you could have switched to Knights anytime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe you
Could
if
have
you had
used
actually
that.
walled up because you sent your trash out, but there was no walling. So the moment he got to feudal age, it's I mean just decided to make skirms. But if he had come in with archers at that point or even scouts, you would have been denied your main gold, which is actually extremely safe. So yeah,
Oh yeah, I think I should have walled up. And in both the matches, I realized that I built a market too late, and I was floating too much of fun resources. So when uh, Assk was denying my gold, I could have actually uh, balanced my eco out to get more eagles. But yeah, that was too late in both the matches.
yeah,
And I think he had the pro civ hacks. He got lucky with the civs both the time.
Yeah.
Dark, you need to learn some build orders. It would help you a lot.
Yeah, so I usually play with a scouts meta, but I thought that I'll try some early aggression. In the first game, I think I could have done something like it was like pretty good. I had 4 knights out, and I didn't realize that he would be so quick to like get a castle and then Louis crossbowman out.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, GG's guys, and thank you for joining the tournament. We will actually have a couple more tournaments that will be announced in a few days. So I hope you can actually take part in them as well.
For sure, I'll give it a shot.
Cool, man. Cool. So yeah. Anyways, GG's, man. And Mama, thank you so much for these extremely entertaining games today. We
Thank you for casting them.
yeah, cool, man. No time. I
No,
mean,
my
no
favorite
worries.
two units are skirmishers and monks, so you will see them a lot in my games.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Maybe you should go in for a skirmisher monk push on arena.
Yes.
Just
Once my opponent does knights, I will do
yeah.
that.
So I mean, you can go for the smash, but instead of siege, you can just add skirms in their place.
I agree.
Yeah. So I mean, with the critical mass, I think even skirms can behave like mangonel or maybe a ram. Let's see.
Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, I guess that is all for the games that have actually been played today, but we have a couple of games to cast from yesterday, so we'll get to that. Let me just update the scoreboard here. Yeah, we should have team tournaments up as well. Uh, if you're not on the server, on the Discord server, please join us. We will be announcing them soon. And if you are on the server, then yeah, you should be informed once they're actually up. Omar, do you have the
I'll
replays? I
be
mean, considering the fact that you played them, you should have the replays.
okay.
So yeah, we'll go in for game one.
Sure. Bye bye, guys.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Boy.
Okay, so we'll just load up the first game, which was on NG underscore Barud, and I'll pause the game at.
I gave I gave Alpha the games.
Sorry?
Point. I
Okay.
gave Alpha the games. Did he give them to you?
Yeah, I have the games.
Okay.
In the meanwhile, I'll just update the title. Give me a second. 6.
Me versus Dragonstar.
Yeah. Midas, you have to just check out the instructions that have been given over there. You have to associate your Discord account with your Steam ID or your AOE2.net ID, which should give you the necessary permissions to post everywhere else. Let me just guide you to that in a second. So yeah, do you have the replay loaded up?
Yep.
Okay, so I have paused at 1 second. What about you?
One sec. I started.
Yeah, so we can just have a countdown and just start it together. So yeah, you ready to go?
I'm sorry.
Sorry?
No, 1 sec.
Okay, okay.
1 sec. Okay, ready?
Uh, yeah, ready.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. So I believe you guys also had random civs, right?
Dragon had a random civ, and I picked a civ.
Okay, okay, fair enough. And I believe you actually looked at the map. Is that true?
Yeah, I knew the map.
Okay, okay, fair enough. So what was your strategy here? Just go for scouts into knights?
I wanted to go very fast,
Okay.
feudal, and make fire ships to control the water,
Okay,
and then send scouts over to the other side and raid.
okay,
And then Huang, like with siege and knights
right, okay.
and Mars. But, you know, I'm against Dragonstar,
Yeah, exactly.
so things don't go very well. Things don't go according to plan most often.
But the initial part of the game that I've actually watched, the replay, I mean, it was actually pretty surprising to me. So, I mean, yeah, we'll get to that at some point. So, we can just discuss it then.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, as we can see, both you guys are basically just busy with your
Just,
sheep.
just note what is going to happen. Just it's just because I was Lithuanians and he was Bulgarians. Like because I had this advantage, that happened.
Okay. Because him being the Bulgarians, he can basically do the towers and the man-at-arms, considering the fact that they get man-at-arms and the future upgrades for free. So, yeah.
Yeah, indeed, he could do that as well.
Right.
But water is very important.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, which is why you are already out making your first dock before even Dragonstar decided to make one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's basically having to make a house before he does his first dock. And meanwhile, you already have a dock up with, I believe, one fishing ship in the queue. Yeah, and a couple of villagers getting the showfish. Villager counts are actually surprising since you're one villager ahead because you have a fishing ship out, but even otherwise, I believe you are actually like slightly ahead on the villager production on the TCs.
Actually, maybe, yeah. Did he get Luma or something?
Uh,
No.
No, no, no. I mean,
The
it's
one
not
thing, bro.
it's not an entire villager behind, but maybe half a villager. I think it's like 10-15% or whatever. So he's 50%. Uh, okay, you almost lost that villager over there, by the way. I guess you
I
must
had
have
two of
noticed that.
those, so I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So at this point, I'll just check out your scouting. Okay, so you seem to have scouted your map. And yeah, you guys are having a scout fight. Oh, there we see a moonwalking scout from Dragonstar. And looking at dragon scouting, so he basically just checked out his own side of the map and made a beeline for your base.
And I'm going to his base now.
Yeah,
Using the
and
scouts.
the thing is, the extra scouting is what actually at this point represents the score lead that he has. Because you've clicked up to feudal age, you're almost 30% feudal, and you're basically one villager behind, or is that because of the fishing ships? So you're at 20 vills,
I think that's because
and he's at 21. Yeah, okay.
He's still making those. I'm not making those. Hasn't done that.
Yeah. And okay, so you've just about started to make the second dock. Yeah.
He made a mill. He made a mill.
I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
He made a mill.
He made a mill. Ah, okay.
Yes, that's 100 wood.
Yeah.
I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. The fish income should be more than enough to not having to rely on the berries, I mean. And not only that, but you actually have 3 docks up now. And
Yeah.
you're in feudal age, you've queued up 3 fire galleys. While Dragon is just about building his second dock. So, just for the record, I mean, I have actually just watched the next, I think, 3 or 4 minutes of gameplay. So you ended up getting quite a few fire galleys out, and Dragon also had a few fire galleys out. And I think after that initial fight was over, is when I stopped the replay.
Okay, nice. You'll
Okay.
be surprised what happens.
Yeah.
So I'm putting a fire galley up at the cross just to make sure he doesn't sneak.
The thing is, you actually managed to scout all his 3 docks, and yeah, he's having to send his fishing ships out just to save them. Although I am surprised that he's not walling in his villager just to save it from the fire galleys.
Walling is will?
Yeah, I mean, you can repair the dock without the villager being affected by the fire galleys, right? Somehow it is that way that you can actually wall up
You
and...
could build it from the middle, yeah.
Sorry?
You could build it from the middle.
So yeah, I mean, looking at this point, you had 30 villagers to 30 of his. Okay, 31 to 30, and you have the larger military.
I'm gonna get housed a lot,
Yeah.
and he keeps repairing his galleys. So
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna start losing galleys now. What do you want, right?
Yeah. Okay, so he actually manages to save both those fire galleys, and he has a demo ship out now.
Yeah. I head back a little bit to regroup and repair my own.
Okay. Uh, I don't see you adding a demo ship at this point. So, I mean, did you just like not think about adding a demo ship, or was it a conscious
I'm
decision?
gonna add. I'm gonna add. I'm focusing on
Okay, okay,
fire galley numbers first.
okay, okay. And yeah, I mean, looking at the eco, it's pretty balanced for both the players, which you would expect at this level. So yeah, I mean, Dragon has slightly more wood, but yeah, fair enough. It's not a big deal.
Hey man, I fast forwarded by mistake. I forgot that we are supposed to sync.
Okay, so what
And it's 17:05.
17:05? Okay, I'll just catch up with you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am at 17:04 now, and can we start?
Okay, one. Yes, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
You see that fight?
Yeah, I actually saw this fight, and this is when I actually turned off the replay because I did not want to get spoiled on the match result. So yeah. I mean, I know that I've received two replays from you or from Alpha Omega, so there was no game 3. However, it could still be a 2-0 in your favor, so let's see.
No way, man. No way. I do well though. I control the water. I'm proud of that.
No, but I mean, if you're looking at the numbers, just pure numbers and nothing else, you have basically the same number of villagers that he has. However, you have like 3 times the military. And you have demo ships out as well. You have a critical mass of fire galleys. And Dragon is. Okay, so Dragon is on 5 docks at this point, compared to 3 docks for you. And it.
5 bucks? Oh my god.
Yeah, so Dragon has 5 docks, and okay, so you've basically transitioned into galleys, or rather, you're about to transition into galleys.
Yeah. I think my mistake here is not trying to get the cancellation ASAP, like not building a market and going up.
And okay, maybe you get house, maybe you don't, because I am just about to notice that as well.
Like, look at this, the 2 builds sneaking dragon, if you haven't noticed.
Ah, yes. Okay, so these 2 wills are about to, I assume, get in the back of your base. Let's see. But here's the thing, you're actually closer to clicking up to Castle Age compared to Dragon. Like, Dragon is, I mean, he's nowhere close to clicking up to Castle Age.
I don't have the secondary building though. I forgot the market. I forgot the market.
Okay.
I'm gonna build it now.
Yeah, so there you go.
Someone is sneaking. Sneaky.
Ah, okay. So you have no idea. Not only that, you've lost your scout, so you have no presence on land at this point. Land military, I mean.
Needs. One sec.
Sure. Okay, so as we see, Omar has just clicked up to Castle Age. Meanwhile, Dragon, I don't think he has any plans of clicking up anytime soon.
So, he's making barracks, as you can see,
Ah, yes.
and he's queuing some marathons.
Yeah. So he's not collecting stone at this point, so I don't see towers, or I guess maybe towers.
He's making a second barracks.
Yeah. Oh man.
Now here at this point, I don't have a plan really. Like I don't know
Okay, okay.
what I'm supposed to do. Like I wanted to get on to the other side.
Hmm. So, okay, I think at
Because I
this
have
point you
pet
should
control.
have
Then
seen.
I got surprised. I went to take sandstone.
Right, and that is
I
when you
found
actually
this.
spotted this.
Yeah. And now marathons are coming in.
And a tower.
I panicked really. I just need 2 archer ranges. Just ran off with my builds. The thing is, I'm still making galleys, which I shouldn't.
Hmm.
Because don't have wood anymore.
Right, and Dragon does not have any naval military at this point, and just the 3 fishing ships that he has. So yeah, I mean, you paid slightly more attention. Okay, so he has the 2 fire galleys, but one of them goes down. The second one will as well. So I
I
guess you were
have
just
to watch
caught
the
off on the
game.
transition between the naval military and the land military. And
What?
I guess you were just caught off by the transition between the naval military and the land military because Dragon is basically just pumping a shitload of man-at-arms at this point. He's got 3 barracks, I believe. Yeah, so he's got 3 barracks in the back of your base, and he's constantly just making man-at-arms and towers.
And I think I should have made knights. It was a
Hmm.
mistake to choose to make archers. Like knights still kill marathons easily.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you don't have any gold income at this point.
Indeed. I'm going to take gold in the bank now.
Okay.
But of course, I don't have the same APM as he.
Hmm.
So I can't keep up
Yeah.
with all what's
Yeah.
going on.
I mean, that's a shitload of man-at-arms at this point. You have 6 archers, and he's got 20 man-at-arms. And towers just being made inside your base.
I could kill all of this with these 6 archers, but
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have wood to make more gold. And he can just trade, like, he can shoot here and there and there and there.
Hmm. Okay, so meanwhile your fire galleys are just killing his dogs.
Yeah. He gave up on water at this point. He just wants
Yeah, exactly.
to kill everything on land. Now at this point, look at the build difference. It's 15 builds ahead now.
Right. I mean, he's still in feudal. He's just clicked up to castle, but he has way more villagers compared to you.
Yeah, I haven't used my castle age in any way. I have not made
Right,
any knights. I haven't made any siege. I haven't made anything like just extras.
Right, right. And not only that, but he's got 7 on stone at this point. So I guess we should be seeing quite a few creposts coming up once he gets to castle age. I mean. So yeah, I guess this TC, yeah, it goes up. And okay, so you have a few villagers on gold.
Someone is asking in the chat, is the Dragon Star also part of the AOE
Uh,
India community?
yeah, he is a part of the AOE India community, and I mean he's not as active on the Discord server as most of the other members, but yeah, I mean as you can see he is playing in an AOE India tournament, so yeah. Okay, these archers should actually be able to take down most of these man-at-arms. The issue is that I don't believe you actually made a stable yet. No, you haven't. And they are long swordsmen now. The thing is, you actually have 10 bills less at this point, even though you got to Castle Age way before him.
I probably stopped making bills at some point,
Hmm.
and I go TC. And also I lost some bills.
Yeah, so as we can see, the first crepost is coming up inside your
Yeah.
base. Hmm. And yeah, I mean, meanwhile, Dragon already has, I think it's
Fun's making
4
economy
knights.
at this
Yeah,
point.
so that's 4 knights.
The issue is I don't have an economy at this point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, all my bills are idle all the time.
I think your
Now,
entire food eco is just a couple of fishing ships, 3 or 4. So there's no way you can actually make knights. Even if you have, like, as you can see, you have 15 villagers on gold, which are now being harassed by the long swordsmen. But yeah, no food income. Exactly. And yeah, now we can see the creposts and the conics out.
you can see my death coming closer
Yeah.
and closer. I'm gonna resign in a moment. You can
Okay.
speed up.
Okay, you can speed up.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, fine. Okay, you actually paused for a second. I thought you resigned. Okay, so you actually decided to make some fishing ships, but I think at this point it was too late anyway. So
Yeah, it was too late.
yeah.
I tried to make knights as well, but it's too late.
And you're making a siege workshop, but I don't think that's gonna work in front of these conics. Okay, yeah. So there
I
we go.
just don't. I don't know what to do at this point. I just don't know what to do. Right. It's GG.
Yeah, GG man. I think this is the longest game that we've had actually happen. Which involved action rather than just both the players just booming without any sort of aggression.
Nice.
So yeah. Let's just look at the stats. Actually, that's a pretty kick-ass KD. And you had the larger army, but I think that was due to the fire galleys that you had. Whereas Dragons, mostly I think his entire military was land-based, apart from the few fire galleys and demo ships he made in the start.
Indeed.
Yeah. And tech-wise, I actually was expecting this game to get to Imp, which I think if it had gone for a few more minutes, Dragon would have actually clicked up to Imp.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, because he had 80 villagers. I think this is the largest number of villagers also that somebody has made in a open map with, aggression during the feudal age and castle age. So yeah, that's a pretty strong showing. And let's get to game 2 then.
Game 2 is just bad.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just load the replay and I'll
Yeah,
pause it at 1
I'm
second.
watching the stream. I'm watching it from your point of view.
Okay.
Just play.
So yeah, in that case I'll just start. And there's the scoreboard. So you are playing as the Franks and Dragon is playing as the Chinese. Okay.
He got the Chinese man. He got it by random. That's
Okay.
so lucky.
And he has a pretty safe stone and berries, no chance of getting lamed, and an extremely safe main
Look
gold.
at my map. Look at my map. Look at my map.
Oh man, this is. I mean, there's no other word for this. This is fucking awful, man. You have no safe resources at all. I mean, if you decide to like wall up these two wood lines to the edge of the map, maybe you can get a single safe wood line. But apart from that, yeah, I mean, this is. Oh man, this is awful.
I also some people joined the chat, so they were talking to me,
Okay.
and that distracted me as a little.
Okay. Okay.
So my build order wasn't perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have made any difference anyway. And
It might have.
okay.
It might have.
No, I mean, considering the fact
I
that
might have
you have no
survived
safe
longer.
berries, you don't have any safe gold or stone.
I
Yeah.
might have survived longer at least.
Okay.
Definitely the map sucks
Yeah,
big
yeah,
time.
yeah. I mean, there's no other word for that. It's awful. And yeah, we can see meanwhile, Dragon is busy pushing deer.
Doesn't know about map yet. Okay, and let's speed up in my suffering. End
Sorry?
my suffering.
Okay, you want
Let's
me to
speed
speed
up.
up? Okay, okay. I think
End
what
my
I'll do is
suffering.
I'll
Just
just.
end it.
Okay,
Kill
so.
me, Ray.
Did you actually find these two sheep?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Okay, so you're about to collect the berries. Thanks. So I expect you to go for some sort of scout play. Considering how shitty your map is, there's no way you can actually have a safe feudal age or even get to castle age. I mean, I'm actually doubting if that even happened or not. Okay, so yeah, that's a 21 pop scout build.
I think I went 21.
Sorry?
I think I went 21.
Yeah, it's a 21 pop scouts build. So, okay.
The dragon is fully walled.
Uh, okay, I mean, there is still a small gap over here. Maybe he ends up walling it at some point, but yeah, I mean, otherwise he's completely walled. Greedy walling though by him, if I may say so.
Yeah.
Like this. Oh, okay. So he actually went and walled this up as well. And meanwhile, you're housed, and you've got a few scouts in your base. Yeah, I mean, this is awful.
His scout micro was insane, man. His micro was so big.
Okay, so that's one more villager down. Okay, yeah, this is actually the first villager death, or the first kill of the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's about to be pretty bad now, I guess.
It was so annoying. Not so annoying.
Okay, so he actually gets the castle age, and you're trying to pick
Like
wall.
no one in ranked games did this to me. No one liked it. And my scout just bugged me out.
Okay, but I mean, yeah, I think this is GG. Okay, so you're still trying to defend. You have a monastery up, but yeah, I mean, he has the camels, so yeah,
He has
exactly.
3 down centers as well.
Oh, did he? Right, right. So yeah, I mean,
He has 3 TCs.
right. Uh, if you were given the chance to play this game again, would you have done anything differently? I mean, looking at the
Um,
map, I'm saying, since you had an extremely shitty map, so if you had knowledge of the map and you were asked to play this game again, what could you have done differently?
and nothing really. It just boiled down to execution. I
Okay,
think. I don't think anything could be changed strategy wise.
okay,
It's just my APM is
hmm,
not as good.
okay.
It
Hmm,
was fun. It was fun though.
right, let's just look at the stats.
You don't get to play against Dragonstar every day.
Right, right, right. I was actually surprised when I received the replays. I was pretty interested in watching these games. I mean, game one was pretty amazing,
Yeah.
and game two, I think we can just put it down to the shitty map. I mean, I actually believe that the game two would have gone longer if you had a better map, considering it was a conventional map. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
indeed, indeed.
Okay, so yeah, I mean
Not
that's
the best map when you play against Dragonstar.
yeah, exactly. That's two games that are done, and we actually have two games that are played between Dragonstar and Indian Condor as well. So I'll be casting those. Are you in the Twitch stream?
I'm I'm gonna go now, man.
Okay, fine. In that case, thank you so much for joining us, man.
You're welcome, man.
It
Nice
was
casting.
a pleasure casting with you. See you around, man.
Bye bye.
Yeah, bye, man.
See you.
Okay, and yeah, so that was Omar. We will now have two games played by Indian Condor versus the Dragon Star. So I assume this would be game one since it was on the India map. Let me just change a couple of things in the overlay. Okay, so yeah, I guess we can start with the first game. And yeah, this game is between Indian Condor and Dragon Star. And Indian is actually a part of my team, Master Plan. So, I mean, I know his playstyle very well, which will obviously give me an edge in giving some educated commentary, which I sometimes manage to do. I mean, rarely, but yeah. So, anyways, we have Indian playing as the Indians, and on the other side, we have Dragonstar playing as the Berbers. So, this is actually pretty interesting considering Berbers get their cheaper stable units and they have pretty good camels. So, this should be a fun game to watch actually, considering the fact that Indians are actually famous for their camels. And the thing is, on this map, we have we have water, right? But we have some shorefish, so the Indians can actually do well on this map, considering their faster shorefish bonus, where their villagers actually collect shorefish faster than normal. So yeah, should be an interesting game. Meanwhile, the map, I believe you guys have actually seen a game on this map. It was between Barun and Ranza, where both players were hell bent on trying to control the center, even though there are a shitload of gold and stone piles available throughout the map. So even if you actually lose the center, it's not as big a deal as you would think. And yeah, so I mean, pretty conventional starts at this point. I guess what I'll do is, let me just check out if anything interesting happens in the next minute or so. Otherwise, I can just fast forward to where the action starts. Indian actually, I don't believe has found these two sheep yet. Okay, so he hasn't. His scout is idle. He's okay. So he's basically just bringing in his first bow, and yeah, let's see how long that scout stays idle. He's actually walling up pretty early. Okay, so he will actually manage to find these two sheep, which means I think he has found all of his sheep, and so has Dragonstar. And he's also collecting some deer. Okay, so yeah, I guess what I'll do at this point is I'll just switch to faster playback so we can get to the action right away.
Others?
Indian has 3 on wood, so I guess he's just going for the standard scouts build as Indians. And since Indians actually get cheaper villagers, they can actually produce more scouts. Although, I mean, since he's playing against the Berbers, so they get their cheaper stable units. So I guess it sort of just cancels out. Will counts are looking pretty similar. And yeah, this is pretty nice to see actually. Indian is using his Indian bonus of the faster showfish collection. So yeah, should be interesting to watch. Although Dragonstar is actually out with some militias here. He's basically going for a drush. Let's see how effective it is. And as we see that Indian has actually clicked up to feudal age. So yeah, I think he can basically start making a few scouts. Oh, okay, but these militia actually managed to deny the wood. Income on this side. What about the showfish? Okay. This is pretty bad. So Indian is without wood income at this point, and he's trying to quick wall his villagers in. I don't believe that will actually work. Okay, so that's one more villager down. These militia seem to be pretty much with full health, so yeah. And yeah, I mean, Indian, even though he clicked up to feudal and would have an idle TC for a short amount of time, there's a massive difference in the number of villagers. It's not that Dragon has actually killed that many villagers, it's basically a 2-0 KD, which is not massive. It's just that Indian has, I think, forgotten to queue up villagers more than anything else. And not only that, he's housed now. So yeah. And okay, so Indian has actually queued up a few scouts inside his stable. They should be coming out quickly. Has Dragonstar walled up? Okay, so Dragonstar hasn't walled up, but he is going for the double archery range. Sorry, that's a blacksmith and an archery range. So I guess he's thinking of following this up with archers. Does he add spears? I don't actually see any spears. Okay, it's just the 3 militia. But yeah, I mean, that's just a massive nuisance at this point for Indian. He has been idle for way too long here, more than anything else. And yeah, Dragon has already clicked up to Castle Age. Yeah, I think this is even though Indian has a few scouts heading to Dragon's base, I don't see this doing any sort of real damage. And considering the fact that Indian hasn't even found Dragonstar's base, this is yeah, this is pretty dire. Okay, I actually missed this archery range. So Dragon has 2 archery ranges up with some archers being queued up. And I believe he already has fletching at this point. Okay, so Indian finally finds Dragonstar's base. And promptly ends up losing. Okay, so he actually managed to get he managed to catch Dragonstar unawares, but he just loses a scout here to the TC fire. And unfortunately, he's not walled up completely at this point. This is a massive gaping hole here, and he's completely open on the other side as well. So these 5 archers. Okay, so these scouts can actually. Okay, no, they are crossbows. So. Yeah, I guess this should be a quick game. I mean, knowing Indian, he usually goes for some sort of cavalry play. That is what he is strong at. But yeah, I mean, facing the Dragon Star, this is pretty difficult.
Duh.
Oh, okay. So Dragon just manages to save that will. Yeah, I think this is the GG at this point. Even though, yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, Indian did not have the gold to basically click up. I don't believe he made a market. No, he did not. Yeah. And Dragon's archers had just managed to find his wood villagers. So, yeah, GG. Hey, Agent P. Welcome to the stream. I'll just load the stats. So, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty quick game. Went on for 20 minutes, but unfortunately, Indian did not actually get to Castle Age. Yeah. And that's the timeline. We'll just get on to game 2 at this point because I don't believe any of the players are in the chat currently. And yeah, that's game 2. Okay, so yeah, game 2 is Arabia, and Indian has gone for Franks, while Dragon is playing as the Koreans, right? So, knowing what the Koreans meta usually is, I expect to see some towers in this game from Dragon Star, and I mean on the other side, Indian with the classic cavalry civ. Frank, so I expect some scouts play from him. Should be interesting to watch what they actually decide to go for. Yeah, I think I can just speed up through this bit. If we look at the maps, Indian has... Okay, so unfortunately, Indian again has been dealt a pretty bad map. He has a pretty safe main gold, but that stone is, I mean, difficult to save unless he decides to wall up like forwards. But then the thing is, there is no other tree line or whatever that he can actually wall to. So you would have to maybe wall to the berries or the stone or whatever. But it's a pretty open map for Indian. Meanwhile, on the other side, Dragon. Okay, so Dragon has an extremely safe gold here. If he walls up to the edge of the map over here, there's no way Indian is actually getting to that gold. And he has a I mean, his main gold is again pretty safe. What about the stone? Okay, so the stones are pretty exposed, but knowing the Koreans, I think he will go onto towers at some point. So I think he will be collecting stones from there anyways. The only issue here I see is this massive hill right in front of his base. So if Indian, although this is not the meta, if Indian actually decides to go for some archers or maybe crossbows or whatever, this hill can be pretty potent. And as I say that, Indian has just got loom, and I guess yeah, he has just clicked up to feudal. 18 pop, or rather 19 pop with 18 villagers. However, Dragon is already 66% up with the same number of villagers, I might add. So he is just quicker to feudal compared to Indian. And yeah, as I was saying, he's already got 3 on stone. Does he have any forward villages? Oh, he's already building his first tower. And even though Indian sees this, that basically completely denies his berries. Indian is building a stable, but I mean, let's see. Okay, so yeah, those berries are not going to be collected anytime soon. Although some very good reactions from Indian here. We can actually go to normal speed here since this game might actually be pretty interesting. Indian realizing that okay, so he's already been towered in the back as well, so he has to basically run to a safe wood line, which I don't believe will be safe for very long. Let's see if Dragon Star has actually scouted this part of the map. Okay, he hasn't, but okay, so he has, and he can already see the chopped trees. So I think he will decide to tower that as well at some point. And Dragon surprisingly has no military apart from that single starting scout, so it's just entirely villagers at this point, which are being a complete pain in the ass for the Indian Condor. However, fair play to Indian, he's actually managed to deny 2 towers from Dragonstar. And Dragonstar is actually having to make a tower which is slightly safer compared to what he was initially planning to do. And Indian has his scouts out. I don't think it makes sense to try and attack the towers at this point. He's basically just going to lose scout HP. I think the better move here would have been to just send those scouts to Dragonstar's base, which I believe he will end up doing at some point, because yeah, I mean, as you can see, he has sort of given up on trying to defend against the Trush. And yeah, so this wood line is getting towered as well. I mean, this is just awful for Indian over here. Like, I don't believe he has been given any chance to boom. His resources are looking pretty bad. And not only that, I mean, he has some villagers on food, but this tower will deny these farms. And yeah, his wood income is about to be severely curtailed because of that tower. So these scouts actually managed to make it to Dragonstar's base, but yeah. Let's just see what he has scouted. Okay, so the scouting has been pretty bad from Indian Condor in both the games. Like, in this game, he has just found his stone and his TC. So I guess although he would know that, considering the fact that these wood lines have not been chopped, his wood income would be somewhere over here maybe, or maybe on the side, or maybe on the back over here. And yeah, so that is what he decides to do. Unfortunately, by the time he actually gets there, those lumberjacks have been walled in. Although, okay, there's no hole over there. And yeah, meanwhile his actual base is completely in a shambles. And I mean, he does not even have the wood to make a lumber camp at this point. Oh man. I guess this is the GG. Although Dragonstar has actually made some military units, as I can see. Yeah, so that's 3 spears to defend against the scouts that Indian had sent to his base. Okay, so I think Indian will actually manage to get a will pick over here. Okay, will he? Yeah. So that's 1 kill in favor of Indian here. He gets a 2nd kill, right? But then I think the scouts are about to go down, and I think that should be the GG at this point, because he has no resources at this point. He has some food. He has no gold income. He has these 2 safe golds here, and he can actually mine that. He has the resources to make okay, he has queued a militia. Why? I believe that might have been a misclick, because yeah, that militia is not going to do anything. I'm just wondering if Dragonstar has actually scouted this lumber camp. Okay, so Indian actually doing a smart thing here. He is making a preemptive wall. Unfortunately, he's making a tower. Unfortunately, this tower does not actually protect his wood line. And I mean, to an extent, it does not protect these golds either. Dragon can just make a tower on this side, somewhere over here, and that would deny the gold income from this pile, and same thing on this side. And it does not even protect his lumberjacks. However, he does have some sort of a functioning eco at this point. Oh man, this is just rude. Dragon actually stole Indians' farms here. Oh man. So yeah, I guess this was another 19-minute GG. Uh, Indian Condor was just bullied badly in this game by the Dragon Star. Let's just look at the stats. So yeah, Indian actually had the larger military, considering he made the scouts. And yeah, I mean Dragon Star, apart from his starting scout, I think he only made a couple of spears to push away the scouts from Indian. And yeah, neither player actually decided to even get to Castle Age. So yeah, GG's guys. Unfortunately, I forgot to update the scores, but yeah, I mean these were pretty quick games, so not a lot to do apart from just state the obvious here. And I guess that wraps it up from me today from the Test Your Skill Cup. We should be back tomorrow at the same time, casting a couple more games. I would like to actually see which player will be playing tomorrow. Is it the Dragon Star or is it Assk? So yeah, I mean the schedule for tomorrow, it's already up on the channel. You guys can have a look at that. And I do believe that the sign-ups for the tournament have actually been stopped since the tournament should be coming to a close in some time, and the sign-ups have been stopped at this point. So yeah, whatever is the status of the tournament, you guys can have a look on the server. Let me just post the link here. And yeah, I guess that's it from us today. Some fun games. We actually had Omar co-casting his games and a couple of other games with us, so that was fun. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow on this channel at the same time. And yeah, it's good night from us. Bye.